empowerment of women. We defer to the wisdom. The point is that the majority of the world are passive, and they are like little kittens. Give me my milk and I'm happy. They should be the roaring lions. Go hunt, make surplus, and distribute. So I believe it is in the mindset of the man, assuming responsibility. If the minority who are motivation driven and are making the greatest change on the planet, they become popularized and they become a majority. And the majority that are passive, waiting for handouts, whether as governments or as people, whether vertically they are waiting for subsidies from the governments. Once they believe in their inner powers, I call it the arrow kept in the longest captivity. Once it is released, unleash the potentials of the human soul and mind and the belief in the goodness of humanity in action and popularize it by policies, by modeling, by seeing that fairness does exist. So it is not just a theory. It is very much important to realize that the happiness we see in the faces of the villagers is not true happiness. They are suffering, and we have to help them. Not that they have to become mother-runners like us, but we don't need to take the populations out of the villages and make them urban. No. Bring the development and what we call it, not industrialization, not development, but we call it affluence and independence and utilization into them so that they don't need to leave their places. Now we have the tools of it. All the digitalization makes us better. Thank you.
Thank you. I totally agree with what you were saying.
And we also have great honour to also invite His Imperial Royal Highness Prince Shandor Habsburg Lothringen and also Archduke of Austria. Thank you so much for joining.
Do I understand as well as
So we're absolutely thrilled to welcome Dina as well to the stage.
And finally, we're going to, with great gratitude, give it up for our moderator, this inaugural panel, Dr. Susie Dattenberg-Doyle, who is the founder of RED, working in the future of education, and she also happens to be a royal. She is the queen of, I'm going to pronounce this right, Gibi Kopeta from Ghana. Please give it up for our inaugural panel this morning. Welcome. Come, please join us up on the stage.
I'm the newly appointed Minister of Youth and Gender Affairs in Botswana. I'm only 26 of age, so this is such a great milestone that my country and Africa as a whole is proud of. And I am the current reigning Miss World Africa, just correction there. So I participated at Miss World after being a national title holder, being Miss Botswana. And in March this year, I participated at the International Miss World competition, which was held in India. I placed top 4 as the highest ranking African, hence the title Miss World Africa. Just a bit of background, I'm an attorney by profession, but I'm also quite multifaceted. I believe in creativity, I believe in arts, I believe in inclusivity, and that speaks to the answer to your question. As a representative of young people and women, I think that all of these things can be achieved if we create room for young people and create room for women. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, more than money and investment, I love what he mentioned about independence, and I can definitely confirm that as Africans, including as Botswana, we have the natural resources. We're known for diamonds, where I come from, and many other things, and tourism. But climate change does really affect us. As it stands, one of our wonders of the world is called the Okavango Delta. All of you should visit. The Okavango Delta is currently being affected, and that in turn affects our economy. It in turn affects our livelihood. But what we need more than investment, I think, is education. I love how there's so much unison and knowledge about what everybody needs to do in order to reach our net zero target. But what I can attest to is that young people are going a completely different direction. I think there is only such a small magnitude of young people who are truly passionate, truly from the bottom of their hearts passionate about changing the environment. But what we need is for this to become a culture and a norm for every single individual. One of the things that I truly believe in is dealing with the matter from the root cause. And one of the charity initiatives that I have founded through the Lesotho Choma Foundation, it aims to impart skills and knowledge to children about different aspects and different factors and different situations and issues from a very young age. And I think that's such an important perspective to look at it from, and an important perspective to adopt, to ensure that we have